Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the Kabbalah block server, and everything here is much cleaner than before. I've gone ahead and packaged away all the stuff that I'm not using. So a lot of the create stuff I'm not using, I packaged away. Uh, just a ton of stuff. I did do another big quality of life increase. I went ahead and made a wireless connector for my refined storage, and you can see the little wireless connector on top of that. That way I can sit there and I can access everything remotely. And I did, let's go ahead and get out of this mode. I did go ahead and make this the infinity range booster. It only works in this dimension, which is fine. So not all that hard to make. The little range update, yeah, pretty easy to do. Well, let's put on the armor, zing. So I did a few other things in here, like all the dyes are now exist. I made all the different wools and the carpets and stuff like that, and they all just automatically get plugged into the transmutation table and work, which is fantastic. I like that a lot. Now, the I did have the one quarry sitting out there in the mining dimension just quarrying away, and that finally finished today. It took a long time, but it was huge. It was as big as I could make it, and it got all the way down to bedrock and done. So yay, that's all done. I did have one thing I pulled out, which were all of these cooking items from Create. I didn't feel the need to have them inside my colossal chest wall here, but it's I've got a bunch of stuff in here. And those are all the things that don't have EMC, minus these things here where there's a bunch of these stuff. Anyway, I decided that I would like to do something kind of start fresh in that, yeah, I've got all the quests are done that I care about, but I would like to build a better base because I like this. I have to admit, I do like this building, but I've been looking at this for most of the entire season or the series here, and yeah, I've gotten bored with it, and I'd like something different. So for that, I'm going to go a distance away where it's a void world. And this is my void base that I've started up here. It's a 7x7 chunk, and here, let's show you the outside. Normally with stuff like this, I like making an actual natural looking base for underneath, but this time I decided, nope, I'm just gonna go flat and put down some chains and soul lights or lanterns just to make it look good. So that's what I'm doing there. And then I decided to, since this is a jungle biome, I decided to lean into that and go with a Mayan stone temple here in the back middle of really doesn't matter which side is back because it's all the same, but I decided that north is the top of my island and south is the back. Anyway, so this is a design I saw many years ago, and I'll drop a link in the description down below. And all I had was just the picture, and so I figured out how to build it from the picture. It does have a schematic, but when I did this initially, I didn't have schematics. What is that sort of thing? Anyway, it's a 34 by 34 base, and I've laid out the bottoms here. Let's go ahead and grab my wand to make this a little bit faster. So I've built this before in various survivals and worlds that I've been on, but it's been a while since I've done so, and so I'm deciding to try this again, just because it's a fun build, and because there's not much space for me to go down on this island because it's there's not much underneath there. Instead, I'm going to be going below this this temple. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And let's build this real quick. Ta-da! All right, and last section here. And it's pretty simple to arrange. It does take a decent amount of resources, but it's not an insurmountable amount of resources. When I build this, typically in survival, when I don't have access to grass blocks like this, I'll just use dirt and then I'll allow the dirt to, or the grass to spread on it. And that works out just the same too. Anyway, we'll just keep laying this around. The structure is fairly simple in the beginning. All it is oh, I thought I was done all 4 sides. Nope, only 3 sides. Last side. So it's a 2-high wall. So like I said, it's 34 by 34 square. It's a 2-high wall, and you put 1 layer of dirt or grass inside, and then you need another 2-high. We can remove that, and we just kind of repeat this process. Having a builder's wand makes this so much easier. I've built this enough times that I have missed having the ability to have a builder's wand. Or having something where you load a schematic and let Create build it for you. Oh, hey. I just had a thought. If I were to develop a schematic for this, I could let Create build this for me. There are some schematic guns where it'll fire off the various items. I've never done that, and you know, at this point, I think I'll just make this manually. But I'm definitely going to take a schematic of this because I like the deep slate here. The initial plans calls for this to be just regular stone brick, which is nice and all that, but when this was originally made, there were no deep slate blocks. So, you know, okay, we'll not worry about it. In fact, I'm going to change this once it's all built. I'm going to tweak it some because I'm thinking I might be able to put some walls in here as opposed to full stone blocks, just to kind of break it up a little bit more, just for fun. I'll need to check and see how that works when I put items inside the temple piece up above. All right, so there's that layer. Let's break this. All right. So, like you see, pretty simple. That was a loud car going by. Hopefully that got filtered out. The everything, as you can see, is exactly the same. All these deep slate stone bricks, which to me gets boring really fast. So I like to break it up. Once it's been completely built, then if I were doing this with regular stone bricks instead of deep slate, I would put in there like mossy and cracked bricks. There really aren't mossy bricks with the deep slate, so instead what I'll probably do is definitely put cracked, but I may also put in place some other deep slate blocks like the polished or just the regular deep slate um, before it's been mined, you know, or possibly the cobble too. I don't know. We'll take a look at that. Now, once you've gone up 1, 2 on the 3rd tier, you want a 3 by, well, you want a ring of 3 grass going around at this point. And so it's similar, but not exactly. So I'm looking at changing things to make it look better. I'm also, since this is a jungle biome, I'm thinking what I'll do is kind of deconstruct this in places to make it look like the jungle is kind of reclaiming this. This is more of a ruin than a brand new building. So that means breaking down some of the lines. I'm just curious to see how well that will work. All right, so there's the 3rd platform. And then we do another 2-high piece around that. And we'll finish this real quick. Like I said, pretty simple to set up. And like I said, all I had to initially go by was just a single image. And this was before I actually was playing with modded. So the idea of there being a schematic that I could load in a mod and then build from, not a clue. Had no clue that was even a thing. So the first times I built this was all in survival by hand, and that was it. I am going to put on here a little block there, and let's move you out. I want some deep slate tile slabs. And does it need to be tiled? No. I just kind of like how the color changes just a little bit. And so we'll go with that. And I don't want you to go underneath. I want to be flying just, there we go. So I can see the slab perfectly in the way. All right. So I like making this ring here, and then we're going to put some more bricks on the top in the center, and that'll be the platform of where the Mayan temple is going to go. All right. And here's the platform, and now I can just build all the rest of this. All right. So, oh, did I run out of? I ran out of well, darn it, let's not do that. Let's get some deep, not deepo, yo. Let's get some deep slate. All right, put you think right there. So that is the initial base that we're looking for. The temple is going to go up here on top, and for that, I do a 2x2 of bricks, 1 block away from the corners. And let's go like this. Okay, I've noticed this. I've got a whole bunch of torches underneath here to stop passive spawns, the weird spawns like axolotls and those, as well as mob spawns. But I still get chickens. There's one here, and the mini map shows another chicken way up there. I think these are chicken jockeys, and the zombie on top of them didn't spawn, but the chicken did. It's just weird. That's just weird, but you know, what can you say? It happens. Okay, so with the temple on top, I've got the 2x2s in the corner. I'm gonna join them with a wall. And here's where I'm thinking an actual wall might look good. I'm not 100% sure, but let's just, oops, I was in the way. Oh, I ran out of deep slate again. Get more brick. Give me several more bricks. All right, so you and you, 2, 3, and 4. All right. And I've got these chiseled deep slates. So if I go over 1, 2, like that, and then 1, 2, and we do this. So we've got that in place. Cool. Get some stairs. And we'll do this. So that's the beginning basic part of the temple that goes on top. Now it needs a roof structure on that. But I think before I do that, I'm going to get these stairs in place. And since I'm leaning on the north side being the front, quote unquote, let's go ahead and do this. So I count 10 blocks over, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'll put a one of these deep slate chisels right there. Let's come over another 10 from the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wish we had something like the tape measure that some of the mods have, because, or mod packs, because that makes it really handy to find the distances on some of these things. All right, so now stairs, just kitty corner from here, like this, and then like that. There's stairs going up. I'll do the same over on this side. But my same but different. I love the way that this was set up. Let's take you out. Grab one of these deep slots. Okay, I'm having a beginning of a conversation and then I switch and go to others. So am I recording this afterwards? No, I'm recording this live. Anyway, so I just wanted to fill up those holes because I'm going to put stairs here and you would see them. Anyway, I love same but different in that I've got here, everything is deep slate. Whoops, I can't vein mine that too soon. Oh, that's why, because that's underneath there. I'll just break this here. I could easily vein mine way more than I'd want, and yeah, I've done that before, and it's not much fun. Anyway, same but different. All of this is deep slate, but we're using different textures. Here's the polished, here's the chiseled, here's the brick. To me, that's far more pleasing to have differences in the various textures, but keeping it the same. I could go through and say, okay, we're going to have chiseled sandstone here and stone brick here and regular stone and maybe some oak. And to me, that just gets really dirty. It just doesn't look good really fast. So I prefer not to do it that way. Anyway, so now we've got stairs here that we can run up and down and climb up. So that's good. Here's the center, and I've actually got a set of shovels. This is amazing. You know, I've spent most of this entire episode, not episode, the entire series here without a shovel. But now I've got a shovel. Yay! All right, let's put a 3x4 section of just brick here. This is the path leading back up. And let's grab these. So just on the outside of this, I'm going to put these chiseled bricks again and lights. Torches for right now until I figure out what exactly I want to do here for lights. You know, I'm hoping it'll look better. Let's add an extra stair here. Let's add an extra stair here. Break these. Blah. Break these and those. I'll put a chisel back there. Chisel back there. That kind of echoes those. Let's just do a regular stone and then stairs. Fill in those holes. We'll do stairs. All right, so there's the small stairs fly. There's the small stairs going up into the temple itself. Yeah, that definitely should work. Okay, so here I'm thinking let's put a junk block like this, and I'm going to put stairs, but not angled like that. It might be easier if I just put a row of junk blocks here. That way I can put stairs against it, and then I'll get rid of them. I should have something that's completely different block that is not going to confuse me. All right. But I didn't have that on me, so that's just the way it is. And I'm going to bring you. Will I run out of stairs? Well, I only have 2 billion of them stored elsewhere, so I might run out of stairs, but we'll see. All right, let's put you here. And it's been a while since I built the roof of this, so I'm not 100% sure. You know, let's lean into these tile slabs. Let's see, I need deep slate again, and let's go with the tile slabs. So if I put you like that, now I can start breaking. Yeah, get down. There we go. You know, I probably could keep this here, but I'm thinking of doing something with lights inside. So I'm going to remove these for right now. And off the top of my head, I don't know whether I want a flat ceiling inside here or let the roof go ahead and continue the ceiling for me. I don't know. It depends. And like I said, I've made this bunches of times, but it's always slightly different based off of what I want to do at the time. All right. One last here. And I'm not 100% sold on the color difference, although kind of that echoes that line up here. I can go with that. Okay, so then we need some more stairs. And I'm thinking, I I'm thinking, yeah, having these on the inside, I think will probably work. All right, I'm going to fiddle with this because this is, I don't have a really good reference in front of me to look at this. I'm just kind of going off of what do I want to do on the ceiling. I'm not sure. All right, here's what I ended up with. I've got stairs here. I've got these deep slate stairs to provide a different texture, and then I've got slabs up on top. Now, that technically makes all of this non-spawnable, but I've got torches to take care of that. But I do like this method of making wrong spot. Let's face it this direction. I wrong block. I do like this method of putting these stairs in place that gives me kind of a central spot, if that makes sense. Let's go ahead. So now I've got these pillars that have a pretty cool little base for the bottom of them, and I'm gonna go ahead and add. I think that is fine. Let's slap something like this on here. And for light purposes, I'm going to put this in here. So if we look at, there's a bunch of light that's leaking out. I will put these on top. Again, it's my vanilla technique of just preventing any sort of mob spawns, but that's okay because we're not actually going to get them because again, I've got the torches that prevent them. But got that there, and let's get just regular. Beep. I always have my fingers one spot off. Okay, so let's get a stack of you. Not that I need that many, because I'm thinking here and here. Yeah, that just kind of completes the roof texture line, and that should do it. All right. Like that. Okay, so if we come back and look at this, there's the finished setup. Uh, Not entirely pleased that I can see that light from there, but that's okay. We can see the light in here. We can see it there. It does add some brightness. I may change out the greens to something else. I do like that experience block because it emits a lot of light and has a slight animation pattern on it. But if oh, I could do different lanterns. Let's see. We've got these. Oh, there's a nice green. Well, I can make it. Does it have? Of course, it doesn't. But if that's as bright as the other lanterns, then yeah, I could switch and have this be a very green. So I like how this is going. You can see how I started playing with a little bit of vegetation over there. We've got the 2x2 of the jungles. We've got several of the singles, and then the little bushes also in there. And I'm thinking that needs to go all over the place just to give this place a good lived-in feel. Did some changes in here. I told you that I like the idea of putting walls in place because it adds that depth, and you get both visual depth as well as a change in color there. So I do like that. And with the ceiling, I kind of reversed the stairs with the experience blocks for light on the ceiling, and then little circles here of different textures. Yeah, just to give some difference. This initially was these chiseled all the way up and down, and I went, nah. I kind of want the simple, plain, polished. And we go downstairs. This in here, I put bricks and stairs in place so all the dirt is being hid so I can't see it from down here. And then I replaced out the floor, all the grass that was down here with the smooth stone. Some more lights down here for fun. And you can see a couple little cracked blocks in place because I started a little bit of the texturing. and it may be hard to see, but there's a few cracked blocks stuck around here, and I didn't plan it, but you could almost see a line of cracking going across there. So it works. This is very bare and needs a lot of work, but that I think is a good beginning piece. And at this point, I need to start moving stuff around so I can access my stuff in here because this is going to be the new base. It's the next day, and I have done a lot of work here at my new base. We've got, and you can see I've leaned into the lime green theme here. So we've got a nice bed here. It's night, so I'm gonna go ahead and sleep. And I've done a bunch of decorating, both interior here. You can see I brought over the refined storage stuff, lime, of course, and I'm going with the disk drives instead of that monster chest, just because this is much more compact here. So this one here has 8 of the 64K storages, and I barely used less than 5K of one. And then over here I have set up for fluids. I haven't actually pumped in any fluids yet, but it's ready for it because I've got milk and a bunch of other stuff that I want to do. Anyway, that's all set up here. And since we're here, I went ahead and made the lantern maker. And oh, I still have a lantern. You can see here. Let's move this out of the way. I've been putting around jungle stuff. Let's go ahead and right click this. And that got me the life lantern. And I'm of two minds. I love the look. Let's put that there. I love that lime green that goes with it. It's just as bright. Although here, let's take the night vision off. It's day, like you can tell, but it is a bright light. It's a 14. Oh, it's a 15 light, which is nice. That's brighter than torches. But the drawback is it artificially grows grass everywhere around it, and you can see it's the too high grass over time. I kept trimming out all the various flowers because I'm not super excited with flowers. I did some bone mealing around here, and there's a lot of flowers. I'm going to remove most of these just because there's too yellow, too red. The red may go. The yellow could probably stay because yellow's close to green. And you can see there's a lot more vegetation around here. I've been starting with the kind of just planting a lot of 2 and 1 high trees around, putting some of the bamboos in place, and then following up with random little bushes of jungle trees. And once the vines have grown in really well, then I come through with string. And oh, hey, there's one that went all the way down. But I come in and I'll use string to kind of stop. Is there string there? Oh, now you can see it. So I'll use string to stop the growth. And I don't know why it was the FTB skies where you could come with your shears and you could, I think it was like right click or shift right click the bottom of the leaves, and that would stop them from growing too. And I thought that was a vanilla thing, but it may not be in this. This is 119.2. Anyway, so just kind of adding some vegetation along here, stopping the vines, spreading some of the grass in here. There's places where this hasn't been spread with the grass yet. I haven't done the vines. Grass has gone through here. I've stopped. I need to put more of the bushes through this area, trim the vines and all that sort of thing. And my goal is to pretty much, in a nice horseshoe around here, have a lot of this jungle vegetation, and then break down the temple and put some vegetation here. I still feel bad about the lanterns. I like them. I just don't really want them to grassify everything. I don't know. We'll see about that. Anyway, the exterior is done, and I like that. I did do a lot more work. So I brought over the processing with Create. So that's here. I'm trying to think of. Let's go down one. Oh, yeah, it's really dark in here. Let's turn on the lights. All right, that's much better. So this is why I got rid of the ginormous chest. It's fun. It's got a huge amount of storage, which is great, but I don't need that much storage anymore because most everything that has EMC is getting stuck in there. So here's all my refined storage, not refined storage. This is the storage drawers. Stuff goes over here. There's the Lime controller. Behind here, I've got things set up for network as well as crafting, although I don't know how much crafting am I going to be doing. I had like 8 crafters and I just broke it down to 4. I said, that's enough. This is one, so I have the rule here. If I end up having any of these raw ores, they just automatically get dumped into here to be crushed, and I can just flip the switch and crush. Yep, it's max speed. And then this goes into the ender chest, which just sucks it back into the system. These are my 3 individual grinders, and again, max speed that. Brought my XP generation. It's just not tied into my network. I don't care. This is the power setup, so that it will just create the various bits I need. I'm going to uranite. Here's the raw uranite. And if you grab a bunch of this, let me dump some of that into the hopper here and some more up into here. It will randomly take, well, not randomly, it will take a uranite, zap it with about 4K. Oh no, it says 2K. So zap it with 2K of power, and that will double it into 2 uranites. And is it fast? Yeah, you just get the little blink of 2 uranite there. And that gets stored elsewhere. I did upgrade this, so now it's got 4 gigabytes of power. And I also made the player transmitter, because I've got my remote storage, the wires crafting grid. I need to be able to charge this, and this will charge it for me. Same power structure with the 4 thermo generators. That's doing 22K. That's still more than I need. Water generation. Here's my EMC generation. That's all the same. I'm trying to think what else I'm really going to put down here. Not much that I can think of, but I did go further down, all the way down to this is 64. So that's as negative 64. That's as far as I can go. Here's the processing for the bulk processing. And I went all the way down here so that I wouldn't catch fire, because I've got a lot of wood up there. And I found a bug. This is the Blightwood logs from the Supreme Mining Dimension. They're supposed to be fireproof. And well, that one burnt. So from the lava here, and I did some testing. It looks like the logs, the wood, the planks, and the buttons all are not fireproof, but the stairs, the slabs, the pressure plate, the gates, and the fences, those are all fine. And so I sent him a little message and he's fixed it, but it's not been added to the pack yet. Anyway, all this is set up here so I can remotely push things through to get them washed or smelted, haunted, or smoked. So that's worked out really well. And I did want to have these Blightwood logs because they have just a really cool downward cascading animation. And since I'm using these as lights here, that just looks really good. Okay, let's turn off the night vision. I like the ambiance down here. That provides a nice amount of light. There's some lights from over here. You can see more of the drip. You get a lot more of the spooky sort of deep abyss sort of stuff going on here. I like it a lot. All right, so, but anyway, that has to be quite a distance away. Let's go up and out. And if I come out here and look down, you can see where it is. There it is, right down there. It's just a 1 cube or 1 chunk cube. Well, it's not really cube, but it is definitely a square. 16 by 16 on the inside. It's bigger on the outside. Just to prevent any of that fire from coming up here. I did do some testing up here to see what various Blightwood items would burn, and it was over in this corner, and it was catching these grasses on fire. So I really like fire tick turned off on a server, because it means I can build in wood and have lava and fire and stuff like that around for cool looking effects without burning everything down. Anyway, I want to do a little bit more veg here, and then I want to kind of degrade my Mayan temple here a little bit. Don't mind me. I'm just going to do a little human sacrificing here with my katana on this nice little altar that I've got. A little bit of blood from a previous victim, but that's what happens. Oh, growing grass. Uh, so I ended up finishing what I think is a pretty good decoration for my build. Let's take a quick gander and see what you think. Uh, I ended up making a big horseshoe of jungle around, and lots of green vegetation, some yellow dandelions. I took out all the red poppies that I could find. Oh, I see a red poppy right there. Nope, 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 nope. Big nope. Uh, none of those, but ended up wanting a little path sort of thing set up. So got these little lights set up and a broken one that didn't, weather too well. And I did mention I was going to kind of weather this down. So we've got some trees growing in the middle, some broken stairs and repairs and stuff. The building's seen better days and all that. Trees are growing and lots of vegetation. We got walls breaking down. To me, this is far more interesting than just doing everything out of the exact same block. And it's raining because, of course, it is. Well, I have to admit, I kind of like this rich green everywhere that I look. I'm not gonna lie, I do like this. Also, one of the things, having played here on the pack for so long, that everything is, when you look out the plains, everything's super flat. I kind of miss a void world where it's a void. So I do like that. And did set up, so made a few little changes, like I took out the XP lights up here and put these life lanterns because they're green, just because this is more of my elevator color with those. So that's what I'm kind of going with, and I am enjoying this. I think this is a nice little build. It gives me a lot of room down in here to do some stuff in the way I typically do. I tend not to make little individual rooms. I like a big area that I can throw things together in. That's me. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here, messing around on the Kabbalah block and setting up a new base. I kind of like this. It's a comfortable base to have set up, just because there's so much room and all those other good stuff that I've been talking about. Thanks for watching. Bye.